A very warm welcome to IDFC First Bank presents Leaders of Tomorrow Season 11. I'm Ritvika Gupta. Tonight, we are bringing you highlights from our recently concluded Ranchi Springboard as part of our series of thought leadership conclaves that we do pan-India. We have a panel discussion lined up focusing on how Ranchi can position itself as a thriving city that provides ample opportunities for economic growth and employment. My colleague Pooja Jain is in conversation with Jitendra Kumar Singh, IAS Secretary, Department of Industries, Government of Jharkhand, Ratin Bhadra, National President, Indian Startup Association, Professor Indranil Manna, Vice Chancellor, Birla Institute of Technology, Ranchi, and B. Sai Ram, Director Technical Planning and Project, Central Coalfields Limited.
So to kick off this conversation, Secretary साहब आपसे बात करते हैं, आपसे करते हैं शुरुआत इस चर्चा की. So economic surveys हमें ये बताते हैं कि the state of Jharkhand is projected to grow at 7.8%, लगभग 8%, जबकि national average है 6.5%. ये बहुत बड़ा फर्क है. तो आप हमें ये बताएं, what do you attribute this to? या इसके अंडरलाइंग ड्राइवर्स क्या है सर इन टर्म्स ऑफ इंडस्ट्री?
जो आपने बताया वो बिल्कुल सही बताया. अगर हम लास्ट ईयर की बात करें, ईयर 2020-21 की जी, तो स्टेट का जो जीएसडीपी था वो 8.94% की ग्रोथ से बढ़ा है, जो कि नेशनल ग्रोथ से ज़्यादा है. अगर हम झारखंड की बात करें तो झारखंड एक ट्रेडिशनली रिसोर्स बेस्ड इकोनॉमी का केंद्र रहा है. अगर आप देखें कि देश में आज जितना भी स्टील प्रोडक्शन होता है उसका 25% स्टील प्रोडक्शन झारखंड में होता है. सबसे पहले देश का जो पहला स्टील प्रोडक्शन प्लांट था वो झारखंड में लगा हुआ था. यहाँ पर पूरे देश की 40% खनिज संपदा है, मिनरल वेल्थ है. 30 से ज़्यादा यहाँ पर मिनरल्स अलग अलग वैरायटी के पाए जाते हैं. अगर हम यहाँ पे इंडस्ट्रियल सेक्टर में आयरन एंड स्टील की बात करें तो आयरन एंड स्टील में हर बिग इंडस्ट्री बड़े मेजर प्लेयर सारे यहाँ पर हैं. चाहे आप जेएसपीएल की बात करें, टाटा स्टील की बात करें, वेदांता की बात करें, इलेक्ट्रो स्टील की बात करें, सेल की बात करें, या जेएसडब्ल्यू की बात करें, या किसी भी स्टील इंडस्ट्री से रिलेटेड बात करें, उन सब का है. बहुत अच्छी क्वालिटी के यहाँ पे आयरन रोड्स यहाँ पे अवेलेबल है. अगर आप इंडस्ट्रियल सेक्टर को देखें तो लास्ट ईयर हम लोगों ने ईयर 2021-22 में करीब 2500 मिलियन यूएस डॉलर का एक्सपोर्ट किया है केवल झारखंड से. तो ये सब ड्राइवर्स हैं इसके हमारी इकोनॉमी की ग्रोथ को, जिसकी वजह से हम लोग ये अचीव कर पाए हैं अभी
जी. और सेक्रेटरी साहब, ये हुई पब्लिक सेक्टर की आवाज़, राइट? पर अब मैं प्राइवेट सेक्टर के नज़रिए से जानना चाहूँगी और मैं आपसे करती हूँ रतन सर ये सवाल. देखिए 40% मिनरल वेल्थ, पूरे देश का मिनरल वेल्थ यहाँ झारखंड में प्राप्त होता है, ठीक है? और शायद इसी वजह से रांची का जो स्टार्टअप इकोसिस्टम है उसे कई बार नज़रअंदाज किया जाता है, ठीक है? आप हमें बताएं, एट व्हाट एक्सटेंट इज द सेक्टर मैच्योरिंग सर, राइट? एंड हाउ डू यू एक्सपेक्ट इट टू बिकम ए मेजर प्लेयर?
थैंक यू पूजा जी फॉर गिविंग अस दिस प्लेटफॉर्म. स्टार्टअप्स ऑल ओवर इंडिया में दे आर डूइंग वेरी गुड अनडाउटेडली. And the service sector, if you see the service sector part, Fortune 500 companies में top में service sector ही है. झारखंड is no less और कहीं से अनछुआ नहीं है स्टार्टअप से या स्टार्टअप्स को स्टेटस सिस्टम में डेवलप करने के लिए. There are 107 selected startups of झारखंड गवर्नमेंट जिन्हें कोई मदद कहीं से भी सरकार से कभी नहीं मिली. 2-4-5 लोगों को छोड़कर या 15 लोगों को छोड़कर कोई 1-2 लाख रुपया, उसके अलावा कोई मदद कहीं से नहीं मिली. बट मैं आपको एक छोटा सा आंकड़ा देता हूं. आप अगर पूरे भारत का आंकड़ा को लेंगे, अभी कुछ दिन पहले स्टार्टअप आउटरीच प्रोग्राम हुआ था जिसमें माननीय मंत्री निर्मला सीतारमण जी ने बैंक्स को कुछ कार्य सौंपे थे कि स्टार्टअप्स को आउटरीच करे और उनके प्रॉब्लम्स को समझे और उनके लिए कुछ प्रोडक्ट डेवलप अगर हो या हमारे से सजेशंस मांगे गए थे, तो सेंट्रल बैंक ऑफ इंडिया ने यहाँ पर कार्यभार दिया, द नोडल एजेंसी, आरबीआई वाज देयर, इंडियन बैंक एसोसिएशन वाज देयर, एवरीबॉडी वाज देयर, एमएससी वाज देयर। जितेंद्र जी उस दिन शायद आ नहीं पाए, कुछ प्रोग्राम था उनका गवर्नर का, बट एवरीबॉडी वाज देयर। तो उसमें भी कई सारी बातें हम लोगों ने कहा, और आरबीआई ने जो वहाँ पे आरबीआई के जो व्यक्ति थे उन्होंने जो हमें आंकड़ा दिया, उससे हमने देखा कि आप किसी भी स्टेट को अगर आप उठा के देख ले भारत में, तो स्टार्टअप सक्सेस रेट जो है 2 to 3% है किसी भी स्टेट का। और आप ताज्जुब करेंगे, मैं ये 700, 800, 900 की तो बात नहीं करूंगा जो DPIIT रजिस्टर्ड है, मैं उन स्टार्टअप्स की बात कर रहा हूं जो झारखंड सरकार से रजिस्टर्ड है, सेलेक्टेड है। 3 प्रोसेस में वो सेलेक्ट हुए थे, वो IIM अहमदाबाद, IIT खड़गपुर एंड सेवरल अदर पीपल टुक द सिलेक्शन प्रोसेस। वो 3 प्रोसेस में पिच करके सेलेक्टेड हुए थे। उन 107 स्टार्टअप में से 22 ऐसे स्टार्टअप्स आर डूइंग वेरी गुड एंड दे आर डूइंग देयर बिजनेस इन करोड़ विदाउट द हेल्प ऑफ एनी गवर्नमेंट और एनी अदर फाइनेंशियल वेंचर्स। They are doing very, very good, and big clap for them.
Sir, that's very encouraging to hear, and I want to bring Professor into the conversation to comment on what we've heard from Sir. But also, secondly, Sir, we've established that Ranchi is the highest employment-generating city when it comes to Tier 3 cities, right? But Professor, let's talk foreign direct investment inflows. So in the year fiscal 22, right, we saw $5 million of FDI flow into this state. What more, in your opinion, can the state do to help attract outside investment?
Poojaji, first of all, thanks to ET Now and ITC First for creating this platform and inviting me. Since you invited an academic, let me first try and justify as to why should I be here representing BIT Mestra. I don't know whether audience here or outside is quite aware that Birla Institute of Technology Mestra happens to be the 3rd oldest institute of technology post-independence era. You'll be surprised that out of the first 3, two of them are from this very state. Bihar, the Sindri, BIT Sindri, then was IIT Kharagpur, and the third, 1955, was BIT Mestra. So that's the first point why actually when you're talking about entrepreneurship, you need BIT Mestra here. Number 2, this is the first institution in the country which truly was the pioneer in the concept of Science and Technology Entrepreneurship Park, STEP. The concept was first mooted in 1975-76. 1984, STEP was registered ahead of any other IIT or any other institution in the country. So that technological institution should promote translational research and entrepreneurship was conceived by the Birlas way back in 1970s and 80s. Incidentally, BIT Mestra is older than all IITs except Kharagpur. By the way, I also have connection with IIT Kharagpur, so I can take pride in saying both. The third important part, you'll all be surprised that even before Indian Space Research Organization was founded in 1968 or somewhere around that, the Department of Space Engineering and Rocketry was founded in BIT Mestra in 1964. And in fact, in last convocation, Chairman ISRO was here as our chief guest. So he was truly surprised to know that. Of course, he knew it, but when I took him around, he certainly said that this is a pioneering contribution.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. And Sairam sir, aapse ab charcha karna chahenge. Look, when the state of Jharkhand was formed back in the year 2000, there was a huge influx of migrants, that flocked to the state with the promise of new and improved employment opportunities. Has this state lived up to that promise?
Thank you, Pooja. I represent mining sector, so my deliberations will be concentrated more on that part itself.
Sure, sir.
Yeah. So in Jharkhand, as sir has already told, that 40% mining reserves are there. And in coal sector, there are 3 public sector companies working here. Central Coalfield Limited, Bharat Coking Coalfield Limited, and some part of the Eastern Coalfield Limited. 12 districts, their economy is centered around the coal business. So, and CCL, if you talk about CCL, Central Coalfield Limited, we are going to make a big leap in production from 76 million ton this year to 135 million down the line by 2025-26. So it is going to be an 80% increase in production of coal in a span of 3 years only. So when we expand your business, you need support services. So that is where the opportunity comes for the startups and new entrepreneurs and new technologies.
It's time for a quick break here. We'll be back shortly. Stay tuned. Welcome back. You're here with us on IDFC First Bank Presents Leaders of Tomorrow Season 11, and you're watching highlights from our Ranchi Springboard. Take a look.
और सेक्रेटरी साहब, मैं अब आपसे ये पूछना चाहूँगी, अभी साईराम साहब बात कर रहे थे न्यू एज अपॉर्चुनिटीज़ की, ठीक है, और 40% देश का मिनरल वेल्थ यहाँ प्राप्त होता है, लगभग 30% कोल रिजर्व्स आपको झारखंड में मिलेंगे, देश के लगभग 25% आयरन और रिजर्व्स आपको स्टेट ऑफ झारखंड में मिलेंगे, लेकिन नेचुरल रिसोर्सेज को पाना और उन्हें कहीं और पहुंचाने में बहुत फर्क है। तो ट्रांसपोर्ट और लॉजिस्टिक्स सेक्टर जो है स्टेट ऑफ झारखंड का, उसको और बढ़ोतरी कैसे दिया जा सकता है?
जी बिल्कुल, तो इसमें मैं ये बताऊंगा कि अभी राइट नाउ गवर्नमेंट ऑफ झारखंड इज वर्किंग ऑन मल्टीपल फ्रंट्स. One is obviously IT and IT enabled services, for which the Department of IT is the nodal department, and they are coming up with a new startup policy also. And as my friend told, that informed that yes, 107 startups have been given financial assistance, have been approved by the government of Jharkhand, and that's true. Second is that because the new technology, and one of my friend, the speaker told about the solar energy, so the government of Jharkhand has also launched a new solar energy policy in 2022 itself, wherein for setting up a smaller solar power plants, or maybe some solar initiatives, maybe something smaller units regarding solar industry. So government of Jharkhand is giving attractive financial incentives on that. Apart from that, regarding you asked for the transportation and the logistic sector. So in fact, I told earlier also that there are we are working on two fronts. One is that by providing a facility, policy level intervention, for which we have already launched a new industrial park and logistics policy in 2022. Through that policy, we are giving one kind of a facilitation to the industry, and second is the financial incentives. Apart from that, we are coming up with the new industrial sectors and industrial parks. So one park is in logistic park, which is coming in Dhanbad. It is in area called Nirsa. So it is around 97 acre of 35 acres of land, and the park is coming up with the 35 acre of land. It will be purely logistic park only, as per the mandate by the DPIIT. Second is that we are coming up with the two new industrial areas. One in Bokaro, which will be a part of the Amritsar Kolkata industrial corridor. So it will give all kind of access from that Bokaro to the eastern region. And third is that we are coming up with a new industrial region from Govindpur to Sahibganj. There is a Asian Development Bank road. The road is already constructed, and it is an entire stretch of around 500 kilometers. So we are coming up with the entire dedicated Govindpur Sahibganj industrial corridor.
And Ratan sir, coming to you now. I think कहना पड़ेगा कि in the city of Ranchi there is a huge emphasis on economic diversification, वो तो है ही, but sir, हम ये भी देख रहे हैं कि जो tribal populations हैं, जो rural populations हैं, with the number of startups that are emerging in the handicraft space, in the handloom space, I think rice is the major food crop, and 80% of the state's rural population is heavily dependent on agriculture for their livelihood. और उन sectors में भी startups बड़ी तेजी से आगे बढ़ रहे हैं. So it seems somewhat unique to this particular state and city. Can you comment more about where that stems from?
See, it is a fact that if you talk about the basics of Jharkhand, It is art culture of Adivasis or the basic ancient people staying here in Jharkhand. It is the food which plays a very important role, and Ranchi being one of the biggest hub of vegetables is also one of the biggest reason for growing up this agriculture sector. Agriculture is one of the finest part that is being taken up by the people. अभी आपको जानकर ताज्जुब होगा शायद, क्योंकि शायद झारखंड गवर्नमेंट को पता नहीं हो, मैं आई एम ऑल्सो इन स्टार्टअप, हमारी कंसर्न के नाम है एक्वालाइन भुंगरू, वी आर इनटू साइंटिफिक वे ऑफ वाटर कंजर्वेशन. नीति आयोग ने ये 22 फरवरी को एक किताब निकाला, कंपोडियम ऑफ 75 एग्री एंटरप्रेन्योर्स एंड इनोवेटर्स. 140 करोड़ हिंदुस्तानी में 75 लोगों को चुना गया, उसमें से झारखंड से एकमात्र हम लोग थे वाटर कंजर्वेशन में. वो अलग बात है, झारखंड सरकार से कोई कांग्रेचुलेशन नहीं आया था सर, बट हमने हमारा दायित्व जरूर निभाया. और अभी मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ हाउसिंग एंड अर्बन अफेयर्स ने अमृत 2.0 जो सर बता रहे थे पानी के पीएच के बारे में, एफओ के बारे में, आज ही कई सारे स्टार्टअप उसके बारे में बातचीत कर रहे थे जो एसटीपी वगैरह लगाते हैं और ये सब काम करते हैं. आई विल गेट यू कनेक्टेड विद दो स्टार्टअप्स. अमृत 2.0 में 75-76 स्टार्टअप्स वर चोजन. अगेन झारखंड से वी आर द ओनली वन. द बेस्ट वाटर कंजर्वेशन अवार्ड हम लोगों ने वहाँ लिया, साइंटिफिक वे ऑफ वाटर कंजर्वेशन, मिनिस्टर ऑफ हाउसिंग एंड अर्बन अफेयर ने विज्ञान भवन में. और जब विज्ञान भवन में गए सर, वहाँ जब भारत का नक्शा बना हुआ था और उसमें कोने में झारखंड का नक्शा था, उसमें जब हमारा भुंगरू दिख रहा था, एक्वालाइन भुंगरू दिख रहा था, तो बहुत गर्व हो रहा था.
And so we will bring you in. But yes, lovely. And Professor साहब, you know, रतन साहब ने बहुत एक अच्छा मुद्दा उठाया है कि झारखंड के मॉडर्नाइजेशन के बीच और इंडस्ट्रियलाइजेशन के बीच, राइट, किस हद तक एनवायरमेंटल प्रिजर्वेशन को एक प्रायोरिटी बनाई गई. और अगर इफ वी आर टू बिकम मोर इको फ्रेंडली एंड मोर फ्यूचर रेडी, देन ये उम्मीद तो हम नेक्स्ट जनरेशन से ही रख सकते हैं. सो यू आर इन दैट यूनिवर्सिटी एकेडमिक सेटिंग, व्हाट कैन वी एक्सपेक्ट?
See, we have to realize that there are certain realities, and there is a difference always between ideality and reality, the ideal world and the real world. For every ton of steel we produce, nearly 2 tons of CO2 we emit.
Right.
The country needs about 400 gigawatt hour of electricity. 2/3 of that comes from the fossil fuel reserve. Just the other day, I had a discussion with one of the directors of a lab in Dhanbad. Open cut mines, the reserves in the open cut mines is going to dwindle in another 15-20 years if we don't find alternative reserves. So I asked him, like, what is the alternative? He said, we just have to go deep down. We have to start, we have to make it possible to go and exploit coal exploration from deep inside the earth. So, you know, you also will be surprised to know that there is raging fire in some of the underground mines, and it's spreading. So we need technology to understand where is the fire, which way it's spreading, and more importantly, how can we mine coal from deep underneath and make it economically viable. Ratin made a very important point, and I was surprised. I mean, I really admire, he knows so much about Jharkhand. I'm very new to this state. Leave alone various places where I live, PIT Mestra. I don't want to blame anybody, but I'm just stating the fact. We are a small township where about 5,000 plus students live, and if I put all faculty members, staff members, their families together, is a small township with about 12,000 people living on campus. Not a single drop of water comes from the municipality. We are totally dependent upon some supply that we lift from the local riverbed, which is only namesake river. Those who live in Ranchi, you know what is Jumar River. We have been now assured by the state that there will be water supply to PIT Mesra in a few years' time from now through the Jal Jeevan mission.
Sairam sir, I want to bring you in now. I think we've touched on so many points that are accelerating, you know, the development of Ranchi and Jharkhand's economy between easy access to natural resources, right? Then, of course, we've got access to skilled labor, skilled industrial labor, power supply, water supply, so on and so forth. But one thing we haven't touched upon are the very liberal land usage policies, as a result of which so many of the surrounding vicinities, whether they are urban localities or suburban localities, have witnessed accelerated development. Now, to what extent do you see share of that pie, an overwhelming share of that pie, going to the services sector versus, the usual suspects of iron, coal, so on and so forth, the usual suspects, the usual manufacturing giants?
Yeah. So any city, or for that matter, any state cannot develop unless its surroundings develop fully. You see, the states of Maharashtra or Gujarat or Karnataka, there are 10, 15 ranches within the state of Maharashtra. There are 50 odd ranches within the state of Gujarat. So that sort of development has to take place within the states. Then only the entire state and the big ranchi will also develop. So within that big ranchi, there has to be some smaller ranches also. So we need to work on that. We need to think over that. From my point of view, from the mining sector point of view, you see, there has to be a diversified portfolio of development. What is happening in the state of Jharkhand is that, yes, in some parts there is agricultural dominated economy, then there is coal dominated economy, and then steel and iron ore dominated economy. You see Bokaro, and there's Latehar, Chatra, Sahibganj, Pakur, and then other parts. So these are the 3-4 belts of pockets of development, and economy is revolving around either coal or steel or then agriculture. So it has to be diversified. You see the example, take the example, all the developed states, they have got a very diversified portfolio of development. Some lot of investment is coming, right from the startup level, right from the entrepreneurship level, right from the manufacturing level, right from the service sector level. So that type of investment has to come, a diversified portfolio of development has to take place. These are the key factors through which we can, if these things happen, Ranchi will definitely rock in the future.
Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, what a power-packed panel. Another huge round of applause. I believe it's deeply deserved.
With that, it's a wrap on this episode of IDFC First Bank Presents Leaders of Tomorrow Season 11. We hope you enjoyed the conversations. Thank you and good night.